how do you feel we're addressing students' growth?
Well, I feel like COVID has really impacted student learning. There's a major gap that we have to currently overcome to even get kids back to where they need to be, both behavioral wise and on grade level.
Yeah, exactly. The COVID babies. I mean, we almost might call them. That might be their, term, their Gen X term or whatever. The COVID babies. We had the kids that were shut down during kindergarten became my third grade kids, and it's like you're right. Not just the learning gaps, not just the academic gaps, but the coping mechanism gaps.
Yes.
Do you guys see a lot of that?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I always say, working in special education, especially behaviors are my bread and butter. That seems to be the thing I deal with the most.
Yeah.
But it's even beyond the kids that I have in my classes. It's just all the kids. We talk all the time about how we see a lot of social emotional gaps with the kids where they don't want. This is going to make it sound so elementary, but I mean, you take away 3 years ago, these 8th graders were in 5th grade. So they weren't in elementary 3 years ago,
Yeah.
But they don't like it when unkind things are said toward them or about them, but then they'll turn around and say unkind things about someone else. And when you have that discussion with them that, hey, you just expressed, you didn't like that this was said, but you kind of did the same thing. What's going on there? And they really, because of COVID and the online classes, and she led a professional development thing not too long ago in our district where she talked about this. It's like they didn't have those formative years where they realized, oh, there are consequences to the things I say and do in terms of social interaction. Because think about that. They could just turn the phone off. They could just turn the Teams meeting off.
Right.
They could just turn the iPad off, and it was over to them at that point in time. But now they're back in the classroom full time and have been. And so when these things happen, they don't have anywhere to go. They see how this is affecting other people.
Exactly. And their primary social interaction may have been purely online for a lot, and there's positives to social media, but also that it can be, as we all know, can be a cesspool sometimes. And
absolutely.
What did you just post the other day that I shared that's so true?
Yeah, I think
about
it was on Facebook,
students.
right?
Right. About the student. When we were in school, we could just go home and decompress from what happened at school. Now, because, you do a TikTok about it, you do, all the social media out there where they'll just replay your most embarrassing moment all year. It's not just going to quickly be forgotten because of social media like TikTok.
Yeah, it's like Big Brother, but it's for everybody.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, here we go. This is it. It says, imagine something embarrassing happened to you at school when you were in the 7th grade. Everyone laughed and it was awful and you were mortified. Then a few weeks passed and everyone found new things to laugh about and they moved on. You didn't forget how embarrassed you were, but you could move on too. Now imagine you did something embarrassing in 7th grade and everyone laughed at it and it was awful, but someone also caught it on Snapchat and turned it into a meme and a TikTok. And everyone in school saw it and took the screenshot of it and spread it further. And you couldn't even, and people were still resharing it for months. Yeah, because then the internet's forever.
Yes.
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 It's written in ink.
Yep. And there you are. You're the you're the staple cry kid or something. You whatever happened.
Right. Right.
I know comedian Jamie Foxx said once on a podcast that his kids, when he shows a picture, when they met Michael Jordan, they didn't recognize him for basketball. They said, "Oh, you're the crybaby face guy." From that one meme where he's crying all the time.
Oh.
Hey, you're the cry man. And so
even he's not immune to it.
Right.
Do you feel like do you feel like some kids are ready for social media, or what kind of restrictions should there be, or should there be? Is it more just purely the parents, acumen at that point?
Well, I think this is the nature of kids. Of course, you're always going to have some kids that are more mature than other kids in terms of their emotional, ability, and of course, our instinct is to say, okay, well, they can handle it, but I mean, they're still kids. They're still kids.
Yeah.
And you don't know how things could affect them, however secure they may seem.
Catch full episodes of the Educators podcast every Thursday at 4 p.m. Real educators with the real issues in education. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, take care of yourself. Jeans passes to anyone who likes, shares, and comments on this video. Have a great week.